oceans deeper than I've ever dreamed of. Oh, oh. Hey guys, I'm messing around. It's me, T, coming at you with a brand new stream, even though I don't know why I'm getting end stream. There's something I want to say. Okay. Maybe there's a lot of spirit around because I just sense my own dad. So there's kind of maybe endings and new beginnings going on, and they're actually kind of extreme. Okay. So I think that's why I'm seeing the end stream. Also, I feel like I'm sometimes way too advanced for technology because I split screened the like basically YouTube Live and then Facebook Live, and I wanted to do both at the same time, knowing that I couldn't, but I was like, let me just try anyway because I know the camera only goes like one way or the other. But that should be a thing where you shouldn't need an extra piece of technology. You should just be able to stream from both at this point. So if anybody wants to be on top of that, thank you so much. You heard it here first. Okay. Hi, Sebastian card. Whoa, that was a bouncer. Oh my gosh, I think my own personal one today was a flipper too, which is wild. And not even from these cards. Hi, Sebastian cards. The angels are definitely with us today. Hi, Sebastian. Okay, hi, Sebastian. Only one yen card, please. All right, so we're going to take that one because they're saying that is it. Okay, so basically, this is, maybe Spirit wanted me to tell you that it's not going to be a long live because I'm even a little tired, but I wanted to kind of tap into the 6-4 energies of today. Even though I feel like some people are on to the next in terms of the 6-5, but I just felt like 6-4 was important. Also, what I'm getting from the Yin Empowerment card is it's worth it. And I feel like it is too, because there's something that like needs to come out that I feel like we all really need to know about. For some reason, I was like really just sensing there's something really going on in the deepest depths of the core of the earth, which is so wild because I actually purchased something recently that has core like written on it, like it's main line. And it's interesting because the background of this card is green. So Mother Nature at its core is going, I think, through a transformation. And also what I'm getting is like through a mode. So I just feel like, like how females like get their periods and stuff. I feel like the divine feminine is definitely going through some sort of like healthy and natural, but yet very powerful purge. And Spirit is saying that it's easy on us that I feel like have been doing the work. So I think how do I want to put it? It's like those that have been doing the work, I think should really feel lucky that they're not feeling all too much of how chaotic and powerful this change is. We're definitely feeling some sort of void, and it's very interesting because like I've been listening to other readers that I feel like are in tune with what my emotions were of the day. And they were kind of saying the same thing. It's like you might feel like you're in the void of something, like where there's like a lack, because a void essentially is a lack, or brings on the lack kind of mentality out of us humans. But really, the void is pretty neutral. It's like, well, what are you going to do here? Are you going to have patience with what the god or the ruler of the universe has in store for you, or are you going to surrender to the void, or are you just going to be kind of like not even swallowed up by it, but like also just made super uncomfortable due to it. But in these times, you really have to be like super gentle with yourself. you can't be mad at yourself for anything here. And I'm talking about it in a non-narcissistic way. Like, because there's some people that are like, and I'm not talking to the like narcissistic way people who are like, oh yeah, that wasn't my fault. Like, I'm talking to people that knows that like they're going to they're going to freaking not hurt themselves, but they're gonna butcher and badger themselves like to the core where they really kind of are angry at themselves, or they can't let something go, or that's what I mean by like butcher and like badger yourself. It's like you're just gonna give yourself a whole lot of um what's it called, not crap, but like you're gonna just be your go-to is gonna be really hard on yourself, but spirit is saying whatever you lost here, like we're like in the void, whatever you lost, it's gonna be worth it, because I really do see, like, I was even getting it from yesterday. There's going to be like a big kahuna type of wave coming into your world, which that's fantastic. Like, if and spirit is saying it'll be easy, which is so, I'm so grateful to be hearing that, you know what I'm saying, because a lot of the times even going through the void is so super hard, and you feel like it's only gonna maybe even become harder on the other side. But thank God there's like some sort of an alleviatedness or a relief coming through. So, Midway Happy Way, Spirit says, don't stop. Okay. This is like what's really kind of popping out of me. Don't stop until you're proud. So, there is basically whatever you have in mind in regards to keep on going, which, by the way, let me just write something down because I forgot something. Okay. Um, okay. Yeah, Spirit is saying basically like don't like don't stop whatever it is. And it's, oh thank heaven, 7-Eleven on the clock, and Min just jumped into my lap, so which I kind of knew was coming. Oh my goodness, my baby, she took off. And it's all in super alignment because I literally just thought of something that had to do with dogs that I was like, oh yeah, that's right, I have to do it. So essentially, don't stop until you're proud. Spirit wants you to know that like whatever is next in the sequence of your own timeline, just do it. Even if you don't feel up to par, even if you like for some reason I'm getting two examples. Like if you don't feel like going to the gym, just do it anyway. And if you don't feel like being creative, just do it anyway. Just start the process up. There's something about that now. Also, yeah, and spirit will say that spirit says that you will be proud with this don't stop until you're proud card. Look at this squishy baby. I just want to squeeze her face. She's so squishy. Anyhow, what was I gonna say? So the yin card, or the divine feminine energy here, because that's popping out really like really loudly, is it may not be easy, but it will be worth it. I don't think I even said that for this card yet. So yeah, so spirit is saying actually it's gonna be opposite. It will be easy and it will be worth it. You've gotten to this point where it's like you've done all the hard things. And I think that's what I was talking about, is that when I was saying about the ending of the stream, it's like there is an ending here where there's things that are gonna be so epically hard on you. I also think it has a lot to do with not only just purging, but you decided to like delete stuff out of your life and then also replenish it with like the highest and best of what it needs to be. It could be a complete opposite, but then also shielded and protected by the energy of the Grandmaster G, right? So I just think here, like, yeah, like whatever you're like thinking about doing next, it's gonna be worth it. I like even feel like a cry coming out, like a cry for help or a cry for joy or a cry for like, because it's really been hard. And not even hard in that, like, it's kind of like hard in a stupid way. Do you get what I'm saying? It's like it really shouldn't be all that hard, but it's taking up so much energy to muster up out of yourself to do the simple shit that it makes no sense a little bit. Do you get what I'm saying? So that's what I want to like let you know, that like now the tides, the tables, the everything in a good way is turning. I'm seeing Om Mani Padme Om. I'm seeing 10:10 on the clock, which is really beautiful. So let's not stop until we're proud in terms of, know, meeting ourselves where we're most naturally happy and joyous. Okay, some people see happy as the low vibrational of joy, but I don't really see it that way. But just in case it is, I'm always just going to reroute and recorrect myself. Um, but because also there might be stuff that I don't know, that maybe there's a truth to it, and I don't actually know about it just yet. So, and I've yet to look into it, but or yet to ask the person as to why that is. But long story short, Spirit is seeing your efforts. Spirit is seeing that whatever you're doing is not easy for you, because you might not be energetically like I feel like you're ready to energetically pass the fuck out at like any moment. Like that's how I feel. But so you're not ready energetically to do it. You kind of know that that's the truth, but you're doing it anyway. There was some, hold on. There's some, I got to look it up. Hi, Mimi. My baby girl. She's my baby girl. She's my best girl. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Thank God she's all peaches. Peaches, peaches, peaches. Okay. Let's see. I'm trying to figure out what the word is, because there is something that I want to say about like not low libido, but like there might be a low energy, not intellectually, not physically, but I think emotionally is what I want to say. Give me 1 second. Let me just double check myself as I'm saying it. Yeah, emotionally, you might not be. That's exactly what I want to say. So, emotionally, you might not exactly be where you want to be, but somehow, some way, you are plugging away at what exactly you need to do for yourself. I also feel like Spirit wants me to say this because it's going to be worth it. There's a lot of divine feminines that don't even want to shower at this point, because they're trying to plug away at their own survival and thrival as much as they can, so that their life can become easier, but also they're not focused on themselves. They're literally focused at like what's going to have them thrive. So they're ignoring self love, which isn't usually the case at all. But I think that's where the emotional kind of like, I don't give a fuck, I'm not going to stop until I'm proud, like comes into play. And Spirit's just letting you know that if you're feeling that way, it's going to be worth it that you didn't take the showers when you did. Like it's kind of like, because everything is very, due to this fire energy of a horse here, everything is so sensitive. Everything is time sensitive. Everything is like, it's kind of the epitome of time sensitive, is what I want to say. And so it's kind of like, that you have to do things and you have to take care of things without like taking care of yourself for a little bit. It's like you're being self-sacrificial, but Spirit is saying it's going to be worth it, and it's going to be easy for you to get back on the bandwagon. So like don't worry about you being so like off kilter. Also, Spirit is saying be in slow motion in order to do the next sequence type of step that you need to do. um I think that's also where you're kind of needing to even meet yourself at, which is like just be like, if you're emotionally not up to par, like do it in slow motion. Do everything in slow motion. I have a hat that says take it slow and easy, or something like that along those lines. So, and it'll be worth it. Um Also, Spirit is saying what's bringing you joy is actually being proud of yourself. Also, with being proud of yourself, there's something here that has a lot to do with your get up and go, but also how comedically proud you are of yourself. Like, I feel like there's something here that's like you're proud of yourself in how far you've taken your discipline, but also you have a funny life because of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you get to laugh at yourself. You get to like be lighthearted. You get to be like kind of this, like, I guess like this jokester if needed. You know what I'm saying? Yo, I love my life. I love my life. I love that I can do this right now and Min's in my lap and we're just chilling and I feel great. And it's, see, this is like sometimes what you have to hear is you have to do the fucking thing that you want to do. And that's pushing through and pulling through. Like essentially in terms of what your vision is. So like and what I also mean by that is like sometimes the numbers, the numbies, as one of the comedy podcasts had said, the numbies, who was it? It was I'm tired, so I can't think of the name. Brendan, Brendan on the Golden Hour podcast. I forgot his last name. Brendan was like, he was like, oh, numbies, right? So sometimes you're not doing it for the numbers. You're doing it for like what would come out, like what is being expressed. You're essentially doing it for the creativity of it all. So something also here, until you're proud, I actually tapped into like Kevin Hart vibes, which I feel like definitely are stand-up comedian vibes, like very successful stand-up comedian vibes. Listen, I squid you, baby, you. I'm talking to my dog, so sorry. I really do. I get these like waves of I just want to squeeze the living daylights out of her because she's so cute, 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 cute. So yeah, so if you're feeling like starting up maybe uh comedy, do that. For some reason I feel like that's really going to be really good because I'm seeing the green and the blue, which actually has been showing up a whole lot in terms of just grounding, but also being emotional about things. It's going to be really nice. Thank you, God, that this won't be that super long. We're 17 minutes in, and I feel like I'm already done. Um, Spirit doesn't want me to talk about the Yang card. It's funny. They don't want me to talk about the Yang card. They want me to keep talking about you're proud. You're proud. So the whole thing is, and when I say that, I mean the positive version of proud, not the negative version where it's egotistical. I'm always talking about the healthy version of shit. So, like, if you don't understand that, this is definitely not your channel. Because the healthy, like, I've even said it to myself today. I was so grateful and also proud of myself that I'm doing everything as healthy as possible for the long haul um, aspect of it all. Like, for instance, like yesterday, I went, it was like my first day back at the gym, and it was weird because my key fob wasn't working, and I had went to the office and I was like, listen, can I get in? Like, and they were like, yeah, but listen, they're like, we're not letting kids in because, I mean, really, truly, like, there has been incidents where I've seen it myself. Like, there's like, a mom and dad trying to work out, for instance, and then the kids are just fucking running rampant in there, but really other people are allowed to, come in and work out also, and they don't want all of that craziness. And but like not only that, but like you see the kids, like they're going crazy, and they're like they're damaging everything. Their parents are not saying anything, and it's just like fucked. But long story short, they told me, listen, only a few people, like, we're changing changing the game. They're like only a few people have access to it. If you go in, do not let it's only you and do not let anybody else in, like while you're in there. And I was like, okay, that's fine because I trust myself in order to do that. Now, it was very interesting because I got tested twice. Once was with a actually a new friend of mine and her child, and I didn't let them in because I was actually working on myself. And I basically was like, oh, this fucking sucks because obviously it's such a weird position to be in. But guess what? I'm gonna do what I was told because that like this I value, right? This I value. I don't want anybody like I just value trust, right? Like if somebody tells me to do something and and I'm utilizing their facilities, of course I'm gonna like and in a way where it's like mine too, but at the same time they're operating it, right? They own it and they operate it and they want certain things done the way that it's done. I'm gonna fucking stick to it. There's some rules and regs that you're not gonna like not do. You know what I'm saying? And so for me, I'm very like, you tell me one thing, I'll do it, like no problem. It's kind of like when you go house sitting and somebody tells you about their house and they're like, listen, you can't open the garage door. There's a certain reason as to why they tell you. And then you say, okay, fine, I'm not gonna open the garage door. It's their house. Like it's out of respect that you do shit that you're told. And so, long story short, I was like tested, and thank God, I didn't ignore the person because I had courageous enough to be like, hey, go to the office. But then it was fucked because they came around the time that the office was closed. And I still was like, I'm not fucking up my workout because somebody wants to come in and I can't let them in. So I was trying to let them know, like, as I was working out, like, only for a couple of minutes, like, listen, there's nothing I can do. You're going to have to call the office, right? So I just like let that one go. I've yet to text that person because we're in a group text or we're about to be. And like I've yet to apologize because that really makes me look bad, especially as you're trying to like make new friends. But at the same time, I mean, actually seeing 22:22 on the clock, it's like you have to trust the process, and that's what's going on. It's like there's so many fucking weird fucked versions of what's going on that just stick to simplicity and trust the process is what is the key here. Also, and it was so weird because like at the one fucking time I want to go to the gym, I'm bombarded with people who can't be led into the gym, but I was in there by myself and I'm just chilling and I'm like having a good time, like whatever. But at the same time, like I'm getting bombarded by like people who can't be let in and I have to say no to because of the fact that I'm the only one in there. Not really. Spirit's always with me. So, and then there was another guy who was like, oh, like I saw him like about to come in and they didn't put any signs or anything saying like, hey, like, come to the office, like if you want your key fob to work for the gym. So now I'm like the spokesperson. But like the whole thing is, there was one guy and he was like about to like I had to make sure I put in a prayer because I saw him that he was like outside of the door, but like a little further on. And I knew he needed to use the gym. It was just like a gut instinct. And long story short, I was like, I have to fucking because by that time I was done with my workout. And I was like, okay, like I have to leave this fucking place with closing the door right behind me. Like he can't get in, right? Because of what I was told. And so long story short, he like tried to like hold the door open. Like he was like, oh, like, and then I was like, no, I have to close this door because of the fact that I was told that like you have to go to the office first before you come in here, even if you're ready to go to the gym after fucking the office is closed. And so he's like, oh yeah, no problem, don't worry. Like he kind of said it in like a fucked way, like in like a sarcastic way, like yeah, no problem, like if you're not gonna let me in, like I have a buddy that's gonna let me in, right? And I'm just like, and see, that to me is like a twofer. It's like you're maybe not meant to be here, but also if you're not if if your buddy's going to let you in, that's a you problem. That's not a me problem. But what they didn't understand is that the fob won't let you in after, like, because they changed their ways at the office to make things a little bit more streamlined. It's like they weren't listening to me, but also it was like I didn't want to care about the situation. I just got done, yeah, what's it called, with my workout, and like, and it was so weird because like this guy wanted access from me to the gym, like as if I was working there. And then the kids in the hallway that were like, like they were just, which by the way, I don't even know why the fuck they were in the hallway. Like I literally could have turned around and been like, why the fuck are you guys even in the hallway? You're not even with your parents. This is like, it's dangerous to be like that, dude. Like, I don't know what parents are fucking being so crazy out there, but like, dude, you're just because you're in like an apartment building doesn't mean that you have to let your kids out running around by themselves with, even in a pack. Like, you don't fucking do that. You don't know who the fuck is like healthy. And I'm just gonna say, thank God I live in a healthy apartment building. But at the same time, it's like, you don't want to rest on your laurels like that. Like, what is that? That's so wild and crazy and weird, like in a negative way. So, and they were like, hey, ma'am, can you let us into the game room? And I was like, no. I was like, I don't have access. I'm just going to just say it like that. Like, nope, because I have to get back and I have to do stuff. So my whole thing is, it's like I was like bombarded, as I was trying to, literally just be me and do my thing and peace the fuck out. Like I literally was, but Spirit is saying I'm proud. So I am proud of myself because I had to stand up not once, but twice, and maybe even three times if you count the kids, to being like, no, I can't give you the fucking access. Like, I just can't do it. It's just not like, this is not what my fucking fob is for. Like, it's not for you guys to access it. It's for me to access it. So it's like, fuck all y'all, dude. And that's basically what it is. It's like, oh, I know you, Mimi. Oh, I know. So she gave me, she gave me her trust. She gave me, like, she told me, basically she gave me instructions, and following instructions equals trust. I don't know if y'all know that, but that's really the truth of the matter here. So my whole thing is I stick to it very strictly, and like, and because my whole thing is, if I don't, there might be a fucking repercussion of a non-self-love thing that happens to me if I don't stick to it, to where they're going to be like, oh, you can't access the bike, or the any lounge that's available to me, or the bike racks or what, you know what I'm saying? Like, you never want to put yourself in a situation where you are lenient because you want to be liked. And that's really the fucking truth here. It's like, you never want to be lenient in order to be liked, because a lot of the times, like, there are rules and reasons to the rules and regs that you have to stick to. You may not know them. I was explained as to why. I'm not going to explain to others as to why it's my job. But also, I told them, go to the gym, and go to the sorry to the main office, excuse me, before going to the gym. Like, that's as best as I can help you. And I just pray that, and I always know that it is worth it, but I just pray that it's worth it at that point, because, if I do that, like, there could be a lot of people that don't like, not only not like me, but a lot of negative repercussions that can happen from it, where it's like, oh, if Tina needs help later down the line, we ain't helping her because she never helped us. But it's like, this is actually not even about that. And I know the Spirit knows, but also sometimes there could be like the resentment where, somebody doesn't like how you acted, like, because you were such a fucking bitch, really just trying to adhere to like the ways of the system, in terms of the ways of the world, the ways of the, management. And yet, somebody can retaliate against you because you were just standing strict to, the answer is no. But what's really beautiful is that, and this is the funny part, it came very easy. Fuckers, like, I was just like, absolutely not. Why are you asking me? Like, it wasn't even that. I was like, no, like, soft no with a hard fucking exterior. Soft no with a hard no meaning. Um, that's where it came really easy for me. And that's where I also didn't give a fuck about retaliation. Like, you want to retaliate, go right ahead. Like, I don't, because my whole thing is I can't focus on other people and their reactions. I can only focus on what is the truest of the true right now for me to stick to it so that we can just have a better life going forward, you know? So, so yeah, I still have to apologize to the person that I kind of didn't let in, but also I didn't, so I felt like I needed that, like, I felt like I needed nobody to be there with me. And I felt like I needed to not have, um, yeah, I felt like I needed like the space to myself, oddly enough. And that's how it really kind of worked out. But like after all, and also it made me learn like when are people in the gym, when are people not, you know? But it made me learn a whole bunch of different things, but I also just needed my space and time by myself as I was trying to get back into the gym. Um, at least because I was really putting a lot of like pressure on myself, and I was like, no, you know what? I'm gonna go Wednesday and Saturday and Sunday, like 3 days a week, for at least 45 minutes to up to 2 hours, depending on what I'm doing. And and that's the time that I'm going to give myself to kind of do what I got to do. And I already feel better with the first time going there, so I know I'm going to keep up with it. It's just a matter of time, um making it a habit, right? Making it a habit. And like, but honestly, each and every day is my goal. Each and every day is my goal. It's just that there's too many things that I'm really trying to, um what's it called, regulate, keep regulated, that at the same time we are living in very kind of scary and spooked vibes with the fire horse year. Like, we get very scared and spooked very quickly. So I'm trying to even, I'm trying to even, hang on, balance out those energies to where it doesn't hinder me, but where it could easily, where I need to easily not burn myself out in terms of having that fear, that like kind of consistent fear that kind of hits you sometimes. Um, so yeah, so basically it's just kind of like I'm really trying to balance the burnout of, god forbid, any type of fear, because I'm transmuting it all into love and above energies. But at the same time, maybe it takes a little time for it to get there. So you're kind of dealing with that type of regulation, or regulatory burnout. Not that it's regular burnout, but it essentially could be, because you're doing, people don't realize I do a lot of spiritual work and physical work. And so it's a spiritual, emotional, physical, intellectual work. There's so much that goes into life that, like, literally to try to keep well rounded is essential to me. It's very important to me, but also it's very much so not the easiest work. However, I feel like spirit is saying be easy with yourself when it comes down to it, because they're helping you out on the other side to do what it is that you need to do in order to complete all the work that you need to do in perfect in timing and divine order, so that it will be worth it in the long run. Okay. Now it's very interesting because the horse, it sweats and it needs frequent showers. Okay. People don't realize how often, a horse needs to take a shower, but it's very often. But also, it's very interesting because the horse in the tarot, is like basically, quote unquote, the Cancer card, which is the emotional element of it all, which cancers need to take frequent showers. So something also to keep in mind, you in the shower, it's very important for you to not only take showers this year, give yourself a shower, but also let somebody else give you a shower. That's really important, because that's kind of like what horses need, right? Somebody else to give you a shower, which is sweet. But also, if you don't have that somebody else, then take a shower yourself. Also, go exercise, work out, move, do some whatever cardio, like do whatever you got to do for your own self. I was even thinking that yesterday too. I was like, yo, I need to get myself up and at 'em and like just emotionally prepared and ready to do some home workouts, because like this, like hitting the gym, like is might just annoy the fuck out of me. Like I don't know, like if I can like actually do it. But we'll see, because sometimes I just want to be like left alone, but then there's like people that want to join you, and you're just like, I don't know, like I just feel so I don't know. I don't like the feeling of like like being around people when I'm working out. It's weird. It's like I'd rather just like get it done at home. Even though, excuse me, like I love taking classes, like dance classes, with being around people, like that to me is fun. But like when you're trying to like focus and do work on yourself, it's weird for me to be around people like at the gym. I don't know. I don't like it. Like it's just it's weird. So but like maybe not so much, but at the same time it is. At the same time it's weird. I don't know how to describe it, but it's like that's why I kind of sort of needed the day, the space to myself, and I was really appreciative of it. um because I don't want to be bombarded with other people's energies. And it's kind of sort of weird too, because like when you're working out at a gym, you're releasing a lot of energy, and it's like I don't want other people to receive mine. I don't want me to receive theirs. It's like you don't really realize what's going on spiritually, to where you kind of have to be shielded and protected extra, because of the fact that it's like, you want to just make sure that your bubble is protected, so that like nobody else's, weird ass like, release of energy kind of meshes with your spaces that have released stuff. So it's kind of like, I know it's a weird way to say it, but I'm just going to say it like that. So yeah, you have to be extra shielded and protected, because you don't want to take on other people's energies. Especially when it's like kind of, if you think about, this is how I think about it. Oh my God, this is exactly how I think about it. In an apartment building, you have everybody's trash and everybody's recycling going into one room. That's essentially what you're doing when you're working out. You're taking out all of your emotional trash, emotional baggage, emotional um like recycling, okay, out in one room. That you pray that there are open windows, and you pray that there are at least like a ventilation in there. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a super big deal to have that. Spirit is saying if you just started working out, it's going to be really worth it for you. And I'm so excited, because like I feel very much so like it's already worth it. And I was only there like once this week, so I'm excited to even go back another time. And so that's going to be like on Saturday, and that's maybe if I don't go end up going there tomorrow. So so Spirit is just saying something about you're proud. Like it is making you proud to go there. And yeah, and I just, and there is a sense of pride that you're taking for yourself, in terms of um, just self care and self love that you're giving yourself, because that too will be worth it, what else did I want to say there? There was something that popped in. Yeah, Spirit's saying that you feel even lucky that you can go to some place like that, and, have it be a part of your world and your regimen, when it's so convenient. Like there are people that have to like take buses and like, take a car to go to the gym, which is fine. But, to have a gym in your own apartment building is so super beautiful. You know what I'm saying? It's beautiful. It's like so it's wonderful. It's a part of your, rents that you pay. And, it's just really, I don't know, it's lovely. I think it really is something that you should take advantage of. Um, and Spirit is saying, yeah, if you have that within the scope of where you live, like take advantage of it because it will be worth it, especially this week. Um, the strength. Okay, that's what I'm going to say. That's what I'm going to transmute it into every day of our life. It's not this week, it's the strength. So, anywho, if you would like, all right, there's also celebration with this proudness, because I'm seeing like three really potent smiley faces. So I feel like it's affecting three. Here's how I see it. It's affecting two people that are meant to be together, like kind of like a clinging cheers champagne glass. But also it's really positively affecting the ruler of the universe, which has you guys coming together. I want to say fairly quickly, fairly easily, and all in divine timing. So there's kind of like a God wink, or a God grin, like 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 the ruler of the universe knows something about you guys, and like the feeling is like you're getting closer to one another as you're taking care of yourself, as you're living, essentially bringing yourself back to life. So Spirit is saying, that's it. Take care, y'all. That's how they want me to say it. Take care, y'all. And go own your life. Go own your life, do your thing, and I'll be back to talk tomorrow. Spirit is also saying it will be worth it if you were to reach out and um, for a link that I can send you for a payment, so that you can find out what the third card is, which is the Yang energy. So yeah, so I can definitely do that for you. Just reach out. I have a whole bunch of I have everything in the description box below. I want to say, I think it's going to be donation based only, because there's not. All right, so Spirit is saying $88. Okay, so $88 is what you would send to my Zelle, which is linked in the description box. And maybe not linked, but it's stated in the description box. And $88 is essentially what you would pay to find out what the next third and Yang positioned card is. That's also the outside of us, and the more the more like external card is what I meant to say by outside of us. But also, let me just tell you something. This isn't timeless. This is actually timely. So, because essentially we're talking about today on this day, even though all the wisdom is pretty timeless, the cards I'm not going to keep. I'm not going to keep out for all too long, right? So it is in a timely manner that you have to work. So I think I'm probably going to keep it up for the next 5 hours is what I'm getting. So in the next 5 hours, if you send the 8888, which by the way, it is right now. So it's 10 o'clock, 10 o'clock East, 10 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. Here now, exactly that. And if you just add 5 hours to it, that'll basically, that's how long I'm going to keep the cards out. And then I'm going to basically reset for the next reading. So make sure that you know that whenever I give out cards like that, it's in a timely manner. You have to act. because I will not be taking a picture of it, and I will not. Sometime maybe I will, um, but yeah, Spirit is saying not right now. So I'm not going to take a picture of it. I'm just going to leave it out. And essentially, if you want to purchase the knowledge of knowing what this card is, and possibly maybe a little bit even um, like a little description from me, I'm going to see how I feel. Essentially, I could just send you the card of what it is, but also maybe possibly a description of what it kind of means for. Yeah, Spirit is saying not right now either. Okay, yeah. So, because I don't sense that I can do that, but I can absolutely share the card with you for $88. Okay. Um, so yeah, so be sure to act on that in the next 5 hours, and I thank you for it. All right. So take care and bye bye for now. Ciao, ciao.